What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing top 5 tips and tricks for Reinhardt from Overwatch. Basically, I compiled this list so you guys can play a little bit easier with him and know his character a little bit better. But before we start, make sure to click this little bell button on my channel. It gives you all notifications when I upload, and that's going to make it easier for you to watch my videos without having to scroll through your sub box or just go to my channel directly. It's going to notify you via email and via the notifications bar on YouTube. And I'm going to be streaming this weekend, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. If you click on the little bell, I think it's going to notify you when I go live, so make sure to do that. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So before we start, I want to say that I try to make this list as least generic as I can. I do not want it to be one of those, top 5 tips that everyone made before me, like, no, the top 5 tips that 40 other people did before me. Like, it's stupid that this can happen. I think people should be a little bit more cautious when they have a big fan base and they do these tips or tricks, because it's really not helping. Try to find some tips and tricks they know people have not tried or don't know about, or some of your personal tips and tricks that you implemented from just your game time alone and you playing the character. With that being said, tip number 1 is let your shield recharge as often as you can, and you have to call it when you are gonna drop it down, obviously. But letting your shield recharge as often as you can is something I don't see a lot of Reinhardts doing, particularly when we go on Temple of Anubis and they push left or right. I usually see them just keeping up for the whole thing. I usually do that, but the thing I want you guys to know is when you go in there, you drop your shield, it's gonna recharge 225 I think per second. It has to wait a little bit till it starts recharging. Then it's going to recharge, and basically it's going to help you fight for the next point, which is gonna be the first point. But there's gonna be a lot of people on that bridge, and if you don't have your shield recharge and if it's damaged, it's gonna be one hell of a fight, because their Reinhardt can charge you easily. Their McCree's, soldiers, Hanzos, Widowmakers, whatever they have, can shoot you easily. If you recharge at least a little bit, it's going to help you. And also on other maps, whatever it be, just every time you see opportunity to recharge your shield, do it. Trust me, it's going to help you. This is something that you might not just notice because you're just holding the button and you're not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing is, just trying to look out for enemies and recharging your shield. Also, with that being said, go into the options for Reinhardt. And when I say that, you go into options and you have controls for certain characters. You go scroll to Reinhardt and you go to hero, toggle barrier, turn that on. That is basically gonna, when you click on your right mouse, it's just gonna turn on the shield. You don't have to hold it, which has helped me a lot, because you don't have to hold it constantly and you don't have to worry about it. I just find it helps me a lot personally. This is a thing where it's subjective. Whether you find this easy or not is up to you. I do suggest changing it though, because it helped me a lot when I was playing the game and I did the first thing. It really wasn't practical for me, so I tried to change it, and this is very, very good. Tip number 2, pin as often as you can. Now this is one of those generic tips, but it's because I see a lot of Reinhardts who are very, very passive and just stand with the shield, which sometimes can't be a good thing. It can be a good thing to just stand with your shield and protect your squishies, but when you see a pin, when you see an opportunity that you can hit a pin, go and do it. Why? It's gonna help you win the game. It's gonna help you kill other tanks, other squishies, wherever you pin. Particularly if you pin Anna's, Mercy's, Lucio's, that's gonna help you, because without their healers, they can't heal. They're just gonna slowly die if they don't have any healing packs. And if you kill the supports, they're gonna have to withdraw at one point or another, because they're not gonna have healing unless they just wreck your team with ults or something like that. But when you pin the support, it's a very huge thing. Also, when you pin a tank, it's a huge thing. You pin anyone and you kill them, it's obviously a huge thing. You killed a person and you also have a fucking advantage. Now you're 1 up and you're probably gonna win that team fight because you pinned something. Tip number 3, shielding is as important as charging and killing. With my previous tip being, charge as often as you can, my next tip is going to be pretty much don't charge aimlessly. This is one of those things I see a lot in competitive, not as much, but quick play definitely. I don't know if it's because people just like to have fun in quick play, or is it because they just don't know how to play the character? Pretty much what I'm saying is, don't just pin expecting to get something, unless it's like a tracer and you're predicting a blink, and it really doesn't matter if you pin it or not because you're winning. One of the things I suggest you do if you don't know when to charge or not, the other day I was playing against this Lucio. We were 1v1ing, and obviously you say, well, Lucio's an easy 1v1 for Reinhardt. Well, no. First he boops you, he speeds away, and then you catch up to him, obviously, because, you're not that, far from each other. You booped you, so you speed away, but you catch up to him. He went behind a door, a corridor, and he basically went there and he came back because we had with ult. I charged before he came back and I pinned him. That's one of the ways to predict when to pin people. That's one of the things that's gonna also win you games because, yeah, pinning Lucios and pinning Mercy's Annas is a huge thing. I would suggest you not pin something you can't win, like unless it's like charging in just to get the enemy team to scatter so you can ult or something. Unless like a tactical charge for like a push that's just a trash burst, just to get ults out of them so you can push next time and get more ult advantage. I do not suggest you doing that. Tip number 4, your ultimate should not, only be used as a team wipe. Now, Reinhardt's ultimate, I've talked about in the past, it's a very good ultimate. I believe it can be a team wiper. In many cases, when I use it, it's a very good, 4 to 5 man wipe because I can just get so many people in it. The cone of it is very huge. The range of it is also huge. So when you use it, it's, generally going to be a pretty good ult unless you have a Reinhardt or Winston bubble or something that's blocking your ultimate, like a Mei wall. It's gonna be a very good ult for you. The one thing I gotta say is don't be in the mindset, oh, I have to get 5-man, 4-man. Especially because Reinhardt's ult charges so fast. It's like Mei, but not, too much Mei. You can charge it fast if you get a pin or two and a fire strike. You can charge up in the same, minute you used it because it's you can. If you do enough things, you can charge up in the minute you used your previous ult. Also, if you see like 2 people in front of you and they're shooting you, why not just ult them and kill them? I don't see a lot of Reinhardts do this. I don't know if it's because they want to save their ults. I don't know why everyone's in the mindset, I've got to save my ult. I've got to save my ult. Yes, like Zenyatta, to save herself, you probably shouldn't, do it unless it's like overtime or something, but you generally want to ult as Reinhardt when 2 or 3 people are attacking you because you can kill them. You can kill pretty much any squishy in 3 hits. You do 75 damage per hit, so you can pretty much hit any squishy. You fire strike them, you can hit a couple of them, and then you can charge them. You can pretty much wipe 2 or 3 people alone as Reinhardt, and not mentioning your team can be behind you and help you. But this is mainly the situations where you use this as a defensive ult to just get people off your back. You're gonna be up 2 if you kill them, and that's a huge thing. Your team is just gonna steamroll through them. Number 5 is remember the importance of fire strike. One of the things I see a lot of Reinhardts do is just aimlessly use fire strikes. Now that's okay if it's just the beginning phase and people are just trying to destroy the enemy Rein shield, get early picks, maybe kill the squishies with the fire strike. One thing the fire strike does really well is charges your ultimate very, very quickly. If you hit like 3 or 4 more people, you're gonna get quick ult charge, and that's one of the things I use it for. When I'm close to null, I wait for some enemies to line up, I use it, and I get ult charge, which is obviously a very good thing for me because I'm gonna get ultimate, and that's gonna lead me to probably using it in a very good way, probably helping us from not losing the point and overall just those situations. But remember, don't fling it at a Lucio unless he's lit. Don't fling it on a Zen unless he's lit, because Zen also recharges his health. Don't fling it on a Mercy, unless he's lit or she's lit. Try to use it to kill squishies at a time where the enemy team needs them the most. For example, it's overtime, they're pushing in, and you just fire strike, you kill the Lucio, you kill the Mercy, you kill the Ana. That's huge place right there, and you can also charge someone, so you're effectively 2 up unless they have res or something. But it's a huge thing, and if you do get it, it's probably gonna be game winning. Let's be honest here. Now, that's pretty much it for my top 5 tips and tricks for Reinhardt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in 3 days or 2 days. It's because I didn't have gameplay, so I was just grinding for gameplay, and I still don't have enough. So thank you for watching. If you do like this video, make sure you have a like. If you did, make sure you have a dislike. And with that being said, make sure to check out the previous video on the channel. It's the Halloween edition of Overwatch. Spooky. But yeah, see you guys later, and peace.